Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the HK. We're going to be covering the loud and suppressed build for the lowest recoil and a few suggestions along the way. So let's get into the loud HK. The first thing you need to know about loud HK is that it has better ergo than the suppressed HK. Unfortunately though, it actually sacrifices a little bit of recoil here because the compensator, which is the bullet tech, is actually not as good as the Daniel Wave suppressor with the compensator on top of that. So, you know, you got to make that conscious decision. As for the stock choice, once again, we're going to be going with the Magpul CTR over the HK-1. I know that the HK-1 has better recoil reduction by 1%, but you're sacrificing 6 points of ergo, you know, in the name of 1% of recoil. So that's a conscious choice that you have to make. And for magazine, once again, we're going to be looking at the Troy Battle Mag. Now, the Troy Battle Mag is obviously the least ergonomics reducing magazine. However, the HK is a bit of a bullet hose, so I'd recommend 60 round mags. For 60 round mag recommendations, I would have to say the Magpul P-Mag is the best choice here because it comes in at -12 ergo and the ergo count on the Stanag here coming in at -15. So that's another choice that you have to make here. So now let's take a look at the suppressed build. Once again, you're going to be putting the Daniel Wave suppressor, and you know, obviously the Daniel Wave is amazing, and this is why the suppressed HK comes down at lower recoil with a 39 vertical and 103 horizontal versus the loud at 44 and 116. But you're going to be noticing a little bit of a difference here in ergo with the suppressed coming in at 82 and the loud coming in at 89. So I would always recommend running the suppressed build with the HK. Once again, we're having a look at an ammo choice here. Now, when you're running a HK, you have to make a conscious decision. A lot of the time, you're not really going to be making money. It's very hard to make money with the HK since it's such a high fire rate. So let's jump into what ammo you should use and why. First of all, if you're using a HK, do you really care about money? And if you don't care about money, we're going to be using M995. There is no gun scarier than a HK shooting 995 at $12 US a bullet, but at a whopping 850 rounds per minute. There is so much damage output on this gun and it is absolutely scary. However, it's very hard to make a profit unless you're constantly killing very geared players while using this ammo. So that comes to the conclusion, well, what do you choose between 55A1 and 56A1? Now, my recommendation between these two is if you're running a loud HK and for whatever reason, I would be running 56A1 anyway because people are going to know where you are. Now, the difference between these two is that 56A1 has better flesh at the cost of about 3 penetration difference from 55A1, but it's also a tracer, which makes it obviously, like I said, if you're running a loud HK and you don't really care about what people hear or what they see, then 56A1 is a cheaper choice that can, you know, run you a higher profit, you know, the cost of a slightly worse pen. So not a reliable one tap on some class 4 helmets. There may be a slight chance that they survive, which is important because a lot of important helmets like the ULAC and, you know, the main meta helmets and fast MTs and airframes can stop this round on a very rare occasion. And we're going to look at 55A1, and I think 55A1 is the winner here when it comes to making money. With that 850 rounds per minute, every shot does count, but it doesn't matter as much when you're hosing them out that quickly. So at the same time, 55A1 is not a tracer, and it has a higher amount of flesh and has been the most reliable for me when I run the HK.